So I want to talk about state of mind and standards and how those play into this divorce thing. So you're going through the divorce, you might be a father, okay, you have kids, and they're watching everything you do. But you can use this template even if you're not a father, because, you know, there are people around you, friends, family, and how can you go through this with your standards raised, having grown? And you got to push yourself. Now, if you're a dad, that becomes a pretty clear choice, because you know the kids are watching you every step of the way. You know you're going to be human and you're going to slip and say stupid stuff. But really, if you can count on one hand the amount of times you badmouth the other parent, that's good. It shouldn't even be, it should be half a hand. But if you count beyond one hand, the amount of times you badmouth the wife, ex-wife, in front of the kids, or even in front of people you meet. You know, I'm not talking about friends and family who you're close to. You're going to, vent some, and that's totally cool. But that's the one tenet. You know that. You've read that. So don't do it. It's low class, low character. And from the other side, it happens, okay, a fair amount. But that doesn't mean you engage in that. That's one. And then I'm talking about, even if you're not a parent, you talk to other people, you don't need to go there, because this is about things coming back to you, kind of this karmic thing. And also, dude, you know when you step into that field of negativity and blame and everything, that it doesn't feel right physically. So that's a thing you should pay attention to also. All right, so the point of this is that kind of weak strength when you go through this, where you're like, I just want to rip it apart and lay into the situation or that person, and you step back and breathe, and it doesn't feel strong. You feel alone. You feel buried. You feel like the future is just turning away from you. That's where the real strength is, and it builds your character. So this is definitely a hell of a spiritual teacher, this whole situation. So I'm asking you to embrace that, because that's the way out. I'm telling you, man, that's the way out. Blame and going down the rabbit hole are things you will fall into, but push yourself not to go there, all right? That's what we're committed to on this channel, right? That's what we're committed to. So if you want to leave a comment or whatever, I just want to check in and say I'm with you. I get it. It's hard. It does get better, not necessarily easier sometimes, but hey, the situation is there. And if you can say this is a hell of a spiritual teacher for me, that's pretty powerful if you can hang in there and do that, you know? Yeah.